Well, hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave coming to you from the fire pit out back. It's a little bit earlier than the last couple times we did. It's about maybe 4:30, 4:45 on Thursday afternoon. See how quickly I did that Thursday afternoon? See, 4:45 is clearly afternoon to me. I have no debate there. It'll be evening by the time we're done, though. By the time I'm done recording, an hour and a half from now, it'll be dark out here. It'll all be by firelight, and it will be Thursday evening. But I just want to get started a little bit early today. Marva, my house cleaner, is still in the house. Anne-Marie is over at the farm, so it's just better if I stay out. So I just brought the dogs back over from the paddock. And speaking of the dogs, I'm going to do a quick turnaround. I'm going to turn the camera around and show you this place real quick in the daylight, and we'll go say hi to the dogs. You can see all 5 dogs at once, and then we'll come back. Here comes Ranger. Here comes Sasha. Hey, you guys. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Here come my Goldens. Here comes Echo. And the white one is Finn. There's Echo. Hey, Echo. Hi, girl. You're Finn. And that's Finn. So there's 4 of the 5 out here. All tail wagging. Those 2 like to play. They're pretty good at it. Ranger's not a big player. Sort of an anti-player. He hates fun. Finn is our sweetest dog. Chance, come here, bud. Here comes my 10-year-old. Here comes Chance. Hey, buddy. Come here, Chance. Come here. He really doesn't like interaction. Sasha, leave me alone. Come here. Come here, Chance. That's the big dog, huh? Come here, Chance. Come here. He has a hard time even getting here. Look, everyone's, but there they are, all 5 of them. It's almost like a livestock pen. All right, enough dogs. We'll do one up close. I'll show you what I'm smoking. It's one of my Perdomo 30-year anniversary sticks. It's a nice light stick, natural wrapper, a little bit larger. It's almost Churchill size, but it's a little bit bigger ring gauge. But anyway, Perdomo 30-year anniversary is what we'll be smoking tonight. And I did just the old flat cut. Anyway, beautiful cigar. So it's about 40 degrees out, maybe 42. It'll get a bit colder as the sun actually goes away. The sun is down. We're kind of past sunset even. It's kind of crazy that it's not dark by 4:30, but the sun is gone at 4:30. Pretty weird. Now, let's see, what do we got? Another few weeks. Today's the 12th. So we've got about, 10 days. Then we start back the other way. So we're definitely in the dark period, though. It's just part of life, especially living here in Maryland. It was worse when I lived up in Seattle. All my afternoon runs after class were always in the dark because it was dark by 4 o'clock up there. But even here in Maryland, we're dark for a couple months out of the year. We're dark by about 5 o'clock. So I know a lot of people hate that. I don't particularly hate it. It's just part of life. I liked it less when I would go to work in the dark and get home in the dark. Because I left for work at 4:40 every morning. So it was dark all year long at 4:40. And it's never light here at that time of day. But it was always dark, no matter what time I got home, this time of year. So, but I've been out off the treadmill now 6 years, so I don't really mind I guess I don't mind the darker afternoon or evenings. So these Perdomo 30 years they're a nice, gentle cigar. There's really no bite to them. I'm sure if you like the stronger cigars, I mean, I do too, but if you really bent that way, you just call this thing hot air, I imagine. It's a medium at best strength, medium at best taste. Probably medium minus. Some would say mild plus. I don't even know. There's a touch of spice to it. There's a touch of floral to it. The retrohale is nice and gentle. Anyway, it's a nice, gentle smoke. If you like your cigars more on the mild side, the lighter side, this natural wrapper, the Perdomo 30th anniversary is just a nice smoke. So I like when the weather gets to the point I can wear my Carhartt. This is, I think, might be my third time wearing the Carhartt out here. It's a nice. It acts like a smoking jacket for me. Keeps the cigar smoke off my sweatshirt and my shirt, which my wife appreciates when I go back in the house and take off the jacket. Also, these nice thick winter Carhartts. It's really like wearing a blankie, like a security blanket. Nice line, soft inside, but rough and almost pretty much water repellent on the outside. Anyway, it's just a nice jacket. I enjoy this time of year a lot. I also like this time of year a lot because the Carhartt, or even a long sweatshirt like this one, makes my concealed carry here in Maryland much easier. In the summer, when you're wearing a button down or a polo shirt, is, I don't know, I don't find it as enjoyable to conceal carry. But from November through March, it's pretty easy here. So Randy over at Ragamuffin Piper did a nice video. I think he did it yesterday. I watched it last night. He had the concept of, or like a kind of a Christmas challenge of, be kind and be nice in a way it will surprise someone. Like when you really deserve to be grumpy or angry, be kind instead. Surprise the person. I thought that was a really good idea. Anyway, I just kudos to Randy for that one. That was a fun video to watch. And then Jonathan at Piper X1X, he's blinging a new Christmas tree, and it looked really good behind him today. So what he calls the other one was a twig. It made me laugh. But anyway, it was nice to see him have that brand new Christmas tree with those lights and tinsel and everything. He looked quite festive. And those two Christmas pipes he bought, those blue stems, were pretty amazing to see. Anyway, I like watching him. He's a good dude. Another guy I really respect online or on YouTube is Blue Ridge Piper. He's changed his channel name to his actual name now. I can't remember what that is, but I'm sure if you search Blue Ridge Piper, he'll come up. He's a young black man. He's probably mid-20s, and if any of you have lost faith in the younger generations, you really do need to watch this guy. He's got his shit together, and he's preaching it to his generation, and it's a great channel to watch. I try to comment on every one of his videos and give him support. He's going through some channel identity issues because he would like to monetize his channel. He's getting right up on the hour count, view count, subscriber count to do it, but he's been told if he does any more pipe content or tobacco content, it won't be allowed. In fact, they're starting to shadow ban him, he feels, because his view counts are down to about a third of what they used to be. So he feels like there's some shadow banning going on. So I've advised him to dump his pipe and tobacco content completely off his channel, stop making them, and go back and delete all the videos that have pipe and tobacco content in it, and turn his channel into a more of a life advice, because his life advice is far more important than hearing about having yet one more channel talking about pipes. If you don't watch him, I highly advise you to go look at him. He's a smart guy. So maybe we'll turn tonight into just a grab bag of topics. I know one thing, one investment thing we should talk about is, the world has really migrated away from the old investment style of buy and hold, buy and hold. I know I've had several conversations with people about asset reallocation. For example, 2024 was a great year to hold silver, gold, and stocks in the S&P or the S&P itself. All three of those took off great. Gold and silver, I'm up 50% this year. That's why I'm moving some of those profits over. So what's going to be hot next year? I think we moved into a situation with Bitcoin hitting 100,000. We're going to be moving into the crypto, what they call the altcoin phase, where these alternative coins start to take off. You've seen XRP and a couple others already take off, and they've backed off a little bit. I mean, nothing can shoot up. Nothing can have moonshots like that without having some pullback, which is actually good, because that means the asset goes on sale. And I plan on buying a whole bunch of assets in the crypto world over the next month. So if it could keep coming down a little bit, that'd be good. But I think next year will be the year you hold on to these crypto assets. But if they do moonshots, I'll take profit from them as well. And then where do you go? You know, the rumor is 2026 will be a year of hold silver. And I'll tell you the other asset we haven't talked about, because I've not done it yet, is to buy tax liens, tax deeds, people who don't pay their property tax, and the government puts out their taxes for someone else to pay, and then you get a tax deed on someone's house. Or buy the repoed property directly. Next year, I think, could be a year for that. I think it's already started. I mean, the repossessions, and people have just said, I'm not paying my mortgage anymore, or I'm just not paying my taxes anymore. And either abandoning the property or just saying, go ahead and evict me, is really on the rise. And if you look at all the bank data and mortgage data, it's really expected to explode starting the end of the first quarter next year. If you made a lot of money in stocks this year by holding the S&P stuff, you might want to move some profits to some of these other asset classes, because then you've taken the profit and bought something else. Bought something else. You don't even have to sell all your holdings. Just pull your profit and leave your holdings, and then buy something else. You own twice as much of stuff. As long as you don't pull the profits to buy cars or take vacations or anything like that. If you pay off debt, that's one thing. But if you can use the profit from one asset class to enter another asset class before it moonshots, then you have the moonshot from this year, and then you get a moonshot next year, and you move the profits from that moonshot to a third set of asset classes. And I think that's how true wealth, when we talk about putting our money to work for us, that's one of the ways to do it. I think the idea of like buying Apple and holding it for 10 years, or buying Coke and holding it for 10 years is a strategy that's not as productive in today's world as it used to be. This is my favorite time of day to be out here. Love the light going from late afternoon to, I guess you'd call this blue dark, to dark. I mean, I love that. Or black dark. I love that time of day. It's so peaceful as the world starts to quiet down. I'm gonna pick you up and show you got a little bit of sunset going on. It looks pretty cool. It's nothing like SoCal Pipers yesterday. That was amazing. And there's no palm trees in mine either. Just such a great time of the day to sit down and be quiet and just experience being outside. And I know a number of you have commented on my Firepit videos the last couple of nights about how important it is to get outside and experience even your pipe or your cigar while you're sitting outside, and just experience the sounds, the smells, the silence of nature. It's pretty damn awesome, that's for sure. And speaking of SoCal Piper's video yesterday, I drew him as I was his secret Santa, I guess is how to say it. It was so fun, having the cellar I do. It's just fun to put a box together and just walk around the cellar deciding what variety of tins should I throw in those boxes. It's really fun. I didn't realize he knew tobacco as well as he did. Probably would have been a little more intimidated sending him the box. He knew more about most of the blends than I did. It's I was really I was really pleased to get his name because that guy is such a faith-based moral character. It's so strong. You can feel it in him. You can see it in him. It's in every video. I wish we lived closer. I'd love to go see the guy. I'd love to know him better. But I'm literally never really anywhere even close to where he lives. So we're going to have to stay virtual friends for now. But it was great to see his name come to me. And it was really fun to watch him get his video. I wanted to get my packaging him quick because I wanted to put some Christmas blends in it. I figured if I put Christmas blends in it and I sent it to him on Christmas Eve, that would be kind of stupid. I guess he could cellar it till next year, but I wanted him to enjoy some of it this year. So anyway, that's why I put the box in so quickly. And it was really fun to see him open it, though. I was glad he got it. In today's world, you put a box in the mail, put a box in UPS, you put a box in FedEx, and you kind of pray it gets there. They've gotten pretty unreliable. I just want to show you kind of what I have for sunset here as I sit here and talk to you. You can kind of see through those trees. It just looks, it's just beautiful out there. If I turn you around, I got moonrise coming through the trees here. You can't see it as well as I can, but anyway, it's kind of cool to have moonrise coming through the tree branches. On one side, we got moonrise and sunset all at once. Truly beautiful. That's why it's important to get outside. Sunrise and sunset, two favorite parts of the day. Never grows old for me. So a little bit of follow-up to yesterday's video about the broken social contract. There were a couple things that came out of it that surprised me a little bit. I'm surprised how often intergenerational blaming comes up in today's world. We had a comment. The guy, man, he took a lot of time to type out that comment, and I appreciate that. And one thing I like about our environment and this channel is you can say what you need to say. Hopefully we don't create too much offense. And I think we know there's a right to say what you want and a privilege to not be too judged for it. It seems like in today's world we're so prepared to blame generations. I know the younger generation blames particularly the boomer generation, and I know the comment that came through last night was all about this whole thing is the boomers' fault entirely. It's a new problem. It was created by the boomers. This whole idea of a social contract was written by the boomers, which I disagree with, but I mean, I totally respect the guy's opinion. But I hear my kids do it, and I hear my kids say, and their friends say they're tired of their generation being blamed for everything. Like, they say the millennials killed restaurants because they don't go to restaurants. Millennials killed restaurants because they use DoorDash and that kind of thing. My son even said that they're blamed for the decline in golf and the number of golf courses in the United States. That cracked me up. I personally don't believe that it's a generational problem. I think it's a problem between the citizens and the government, and the citizens of and any organization they have allowed to have authority over them. The second thing that surprised me is how many people said, well, the younger generations are just lazy. Nobody wants to do anything anymore. They want everything for nothing. They just want to lay around in their parents' basement. And I mean, I'm sure there's some truth in that. One of the points I was trying to make, I probably did a horrible job, was I think there's some social contract violation cause for what we're seeing, how we're seeing the younger generation behave. The government wants to bring all the jobs in to become government jobs, and they want everybody on the government take, whether it be Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, universal basic income, unemployment. They want all the money to go to the citizens through the government, because I think the government then can have control over your behavior by, hey, if you choose to behave poorly, they'll just turn that spigot down, and eventually they'll turn your money off should you continue to behave that way. I think eventually they'll have control over what you can use your debit card or your credit card for. And if we ever go to a central-based crypto or a central-based digital currency, that's one of the key reasons they want to track what you're buying and whether they agree with you buying it or not. I guess my point of bringing that up is I do want to kick the younger generation a little bit of credit, a little bit of justification. I don't really know, but because I typically go down that path of, people under 40 are just butt ass lazy, and everybody wants to be a social influencer or a YouTube influencer or a travel vlogger. In fact, I've seen several high school surveys where that's the number one response when guidance counselors ask kids, and today, what, particularly in high school today, what do you want to be? I think the number one response right now is social influencer, which I think is rarer than NFL player. I mean, it's hard to become a true, well-compensated social influencer than it is to become a pro athlete. But I think part of the reason is they have no faith that a company's going to take care of them, no matter how hard they work. That the government won't be there for them no matter what. They've never seen it work. A lot of us, I mean, I'm 60, so a lot of people my age have seen long-term employment work. They've seen union membership work. They've seen Social Security work. We've seen a world where we were free to pretty much do whatever we want unless we impacted the life of somebody else. And people under 40 or under 30 have never seen that. And so there's a lot of why bother out there. Why bother getting a job? Why bother working that hard? They're just going to fire me anyway. I even talked to my son, who's 23, turning 24. This kid's fucking brilliant. He's a genius. He's got a great job. He's got great degrees. And even he says, Dad, I've been at this company 2 years. If I stay more than another 2 or 3, they'll just replace me as somebody new and pay him half as much. And I thought, God, for a 23-year-old to say that, it's crazy. I know 40 and 50-year-olds say that all the time. And you hear Wells Piper talk about age discrimination all the time as he tries, he tried to find a job and he felt he was age discriminated out. And he feels that today. And, I kind of understand that. But for a 23-year-old to talk like that was really surprising to me. And I just wanted to kick them a little bit of, I get it. I get what they're saying. I'm not saying I'm justifying their positions or this live in the parents' basement until they're 30 or 40. But I did want to kick them a little bit of cushion. They've never seen it work in their life, and they have no faith in any system will still be there for them, or will actually take care of them like we keep saying they will. I think sometimes that's why the recommendations we give as 50, 60-year-olds falls flat on 20 and 30-year-olds. Because we give advice and we give ideas and recommendations based on the world we grew up in, and they have no frame of reference for that, for those recommendations. So I think that's why they many times ignore what we say, because they just don't think we live in the real world anymore, or our memories aren't of the world. The memories we have of a world that doesn't exist anymore. They can't see the world that we're making recommendations from. That's all I was really trying to get to. Now I'll flip the coin over and talk about the other side, because even my kids have told me, like, my son should run a company. In my opinion, he should step out and run his own company. Probably because that's what I did and it worked so well for me. But he turned it against me and said, Dad, I grew up watching you. I saw the 18-hour days, the 6-day, 7-day work weeks, from the time I was born until the time he retired. He was 18 when I retired. So his whole formative 18 years was watching me, break myself against the company, trying to get it to go. Working on every vacation and all that. And he's like, I just don't want that, Dad. It's not worth it to me. So there is some laziness, I guess, in that. So I just wanted to say I admit there is that there. But they've also been shown a world where you can sit at home on unemployment or sit at home on UBI and make just as much money once you factor in taxes. And so that's partially our government, that's partially our education system that has taught that to them and shown them to that. And the pandemic years really showed that to them, that they could really sit at home and do nothing and make more money, more net take-home pay, doing nothing than going out and busting their ass for 18 hours a day. Well, guys, I think we've come to our end of the video here. I've thrown enough topics at you tonight. I'm at the end of my cigar. Anna Maria has rolled back in from the horse farm, so I think I'm gonna ask her to come out here and spend a little time at the fire, but she will not do that if I'm making a video. So let's go ahead and end it tonight. Yeah, I love being outside. I love doing these videos. I love spending these. For me, it's probably an hour, hour and a half. Usually they're 30-minute videos, but I enjoy this time, guys. I really do. So we're gonna keep at it. Yeah, I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. I'll keep saying it. Anyway, hope you're having a Merry Christmas season already. It's getting close. Hope life's good for you. If it's not, and you want some help, not that I'm the seer of all things, but if I can help you in any way, just send me an email. It's in the description on the channel. Send me a text if you have my number. We'll just say, we'll end it with, God, may God bless you. May God bless your life. May God bless those around you. May he turn his ear to your prayer, and may he make his face shine upon you. That's it, you guys. Hope you had a good Thursday. Hope you got a good weekend coming at you. We'll talk again probably on tomorrow, on Friday. Have a good night, everybody. Bye now.